Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are. I am back for another stream. And today, or at least for this hour, we're just hanging out. We're hanging out, we're chatting. I'm getting some work done, and you are welcome to hang out and chat too, and get work done as well. It's like our own little private office hour, co-working space for the next hour or so. So if you're around, come hang out. If not, no worries. I'm actually getting started on some test automation. Every time I start streaming, my dog gets stressed out. I don't I have no idea why, but he gets stressed out. Lane, I love how I love your opening foray into my streams. You know what? My mom does rock. What are you doing? You having a good Friday? Good start to your Friday? Work is this a work from home day for you on Fridays? Every day. I'm lucky. Every day's a work from home day for me. I mean, I know at some point it's likely that this current stage and chapter of my life is gonna come to an end. Like I've made peace with it. It's gonna end eventually. So I'm just trying to really appreciate appreciate it at the moment. I never take it for granted that I get to work from home. I used to leave my work every day smelling like onions because I worked in an onion ring factory. Um, or I just smell like deep fried food because I developed fried food. And now I get to chill at home with my own sick setup and my own coffee, and yeah, it's pretty great. Oh, nice. Meeting days. Okay. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Lunch meeting too. Chili's. A Chili's lunch meeting lane makes me think of The Office. It makes me think of that episode of The Office where he's what does he say? Oh man, I can't remember it. It's like they what's that comedian's name? YouTube Office Chili meeting. Yeah, it's the new golf course. It's where business at. God damn, I love that show so much. I love The Office. And like by the end of it, they've got him to the point where he's like confessing his life story. uh, uh, what are you looking at? Hey man, what's up? How are you, dude? Thanks for stopping back in the stream. I appreciate it, man. Neo, ha, bro. Yeah, what's up, Neo? You like The Office too? Me and my brother's over on my TikTok stream, but me and him love The Office. Um, I bet between us, we've probably seen it start to finish, probably 100 times. uh, it would be kind of fun for them to do like a reboot of The Office, where like maybe it's like the next generation of the Dunder Mifflin crew, right? I think that would be kind of fun. I'm sure they will at some point. Neo, what are you up to? I'm just working. So I'm at work right now, but I've tried to make it a thing where for about an hour during the day, I just kind of work and you guys can come hang out and chat. And if you want to get some work done too, we can just kind of co work or we can just chill and talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Gandalf. Hey, Steven, I'm Guard the Chat. Hey, Gandalf, good to see you again, man. Thanks for hanging out. Hope your day's going well. Hope you're being safe out there on the road. Let's see, Neo. I have only watched the first episode. Oh, Neo. If only I could be you again and have only seen the first episode. You need to make a point to watch them all, Neo. I couldn't recommend The Office enough. They're great. Let's see. What you looking at? I can't see that emoji, but disoriented. I saw a short of yours. You said that we shouldn't run any code which we have no idea of. Well, you could probably take that out of context, but what I really was meaning was if a stranger, because what I was doing was I was showing a subscriber sent me a Python file that was basically a game, and I was running it on my computer, and so I thought, the responsible thing to do would be to tell people, hey, if people you don't know in real life send you code over the internet, you shouldn't run it on your computer unless you really know what the code does and you're confident. And even then, maybe you shouldn't do it. Maybe you should do it in some sort of like sandboxed environment. Uh, but to your point, disoriented. It's like honestly, like I use code that other people wrote, and I don't know how it works. I do it all the time, right? But I take it on implicit trust from where I'm getting the code, right? Like I download things from npm or NuGet, but I more of just mean like, hey, if someone shows up in your Discord and sends you a file, you like don't just pull it down and run it. Disoriented. Would it be safe to run it inside a virtual machine? Yeah, that's how I would probably do it. If you really want, like, I think that's what all the security researchers do too, is they'll kind of spin up like a virtual box using something like what's the one Oracle makes? It's called VMbox or something like that, and just run it in there, right? So it can't talk to the outside world. It can't get to your host machine. Um, yeah, but I think that would probably be the smart way to do it, right? If you want to kind of investigate it, you need to run it to figure out what it does. Maybe I'm pretty sure that's how security researchers deal with malware and things. They have these kind of siloed, sandboxed environments. Gandalf, how are you? I'm doing well, Gandalf. I'm doing very well. Neo says, so you work from home? I do work from home. I'm a very privileged and lucky individual. When I changed jobs. I was a food scientist, and I was based at a manufacturing plant, basically right out of college till about 2020. And then when I made this switch over to the company I work for now, it was all remote, and remained remote. Sometimes I go into the office, but not very often. Vishal, hi brother, where are you from? Hi Vishal, thanks for stopping in the chat. I think this is the first time you've been here. Where am I from? I am from the United States. I live in Kansas, if you know where that is. Vishal, bro, have you visited to dark web? Vishal, I do not go on the dark web. I know how to get the Tor browser. I know how to use the Tor browser, but I don't often go surfing on the dark web. It's like the dark web is like, it's like what your parents say about nothing good happens after midnight or 1 a.m. or something. That's the same thing I feel about the dark web. Like, it's just nothing good happens there. So I don't go there. Alex the bot says, hey, how are you doing, Alex? Good to have you here. First time I've seen you in my chat. Thanks for hanging out with us. Yashir, I believe how you say that is Assalamu alaikum, right? Is that how you say that? I apologize if I butchered that, but that means hi in what language? It's Arabic. Arabic for peace be upon you. That's very nice. That's a very nice way to greet people. Cool. Oh, my brother ditched me. My brother went to his Chili's lunch meeting and left me at work. My brother's has found out that I've been streaming the last month or so because I started to stream over to TikTok, and now his favorite thing to do is come and harass me in my streams. So, the joys of having siblings. disoriented. I heard that there are more fed people on the dark webs than actual criminals. I don't know. I don't know how true that is. I don't honestly know how true that is either, disoriented, but if I had to guess, I would guess there are some very sophisticated actors on either side of the law that hang out on the dark web. At this point, right? I'm sure NSA has people there. I'm sure the FBI does. I'm sure CIA. Like I'm sure there's groups that we don't even know about, right? In our law enforcement apparatus. Let's see. Hold on, let me pull you. Let me, because I'm kind of reading you off to the side here. Let's see. Yashir says, "Yeah, we Muslim greet this way." That's a really, that's a really kind way to greet people. Um, Yaman Samano, hi. Do you play Fortnite? I do play Fortnite. I primarily play Fortnite with my kids though. My kids love Fortnite. They play a lot of mods, but sometimes they'll play some battle royale, and I personally like to play zero builds. We actually played last night, and the night before actually. Let's see. Yashir, bro, your setup is looking a bit strange. Yashir, I don't know what you mean. Is it just because, like, am I too close to the camera, or I'm streaming from my computer, like my desk. Like I'm not streaming from my phone or the. In the past, I've streamed just straight from my phone, but that's made it a little challenging for me personally. So I'm just doing it from my computer right now. But if there's anything I can do to make it look not strange, let me know, Yashir. Flores, hey, I take your dashboard message in NeoVim and put it on my NVim config. Nice, dude. Yeah, Flores, you were saying that you got weren't you the one that said that NVim DApp you got it set up for Rust, and there was another language you got it set up for. But yeah, you like my dashboard message? Yeah. Yeah, I'm kind of like it probably doesn't come across in a lot of my content, but I'm kind of I that whole mentality is kind of my personal way of approaching life. Like, nobody cares, work harder, no excuses, extreme ownership. Um, let's see. Ya Leon, Islam is a bit too much. Yeah, I mean, you're allowed to think what you would like, but yeah, I don't have any shade to throw at anybody's religion. Vishal, have you heard about no, I think I know what that's referring to, Vishal, but I don't want to talk about it in my stream. I think that's like the second time you've asked about it, so I'm not interested in discussing it. Neo, do you play any video games? I do. I play Fortnite. I play a lot of Call of Duty. I should say, I have played a lot of Call of Duty. I haven't played as much in the last 6 months or so, because I haven't really had a squad to play Call of Duty with. I did download. There's a new game on Game Pass out called Avowed, Avowed. And so I did download that, and I'm gonna give that a go at some point, probably this weekend. Sidu Og, I am going to block you, bro, because that's just that's a very lame and sad way to talk to other people. So I am blocking you. You lying. I think it's kind of funny that you're telling Yashir how Muslims do or do not do things. uh, yeah, that's kind of silly, Yalan. That's probably not a good way to approach interacting with other people. Vishal, okay, no problem. Yeah, Vishal, yeah, I'm not interested in discussing it, but I'm sure there are people out on the interwebs that would like to discuss that with you, but I'm not one of them. Disoriented. Let's see. Disoriented. How long did it take you for you to change careers? Did you have any previous programming knowledge or experience? So I won't go disoriented. I won't go too deep into it if you don't. I mean, if you want to know more, you're welcome to ask me questions. But I did make a whole YouTube video about how I learned decoding and kind of my journey. So that's on my YouTube channel if you're interested in watching a little bit longer video about it. But basically, I had a little bit of experience programming in college. So my degree is in biochemistry, and I did a little bit of programming in college. I took programming 1 and programming 2 as electives just because I was interested and really enjoyed it. But I was a senior, so I was like, I should probably finish my biochem degree. And then I didn't really do much else with programming for a few years. And then like in 2018, 2019, I kind of got this. I had just had my I just had my second kid, and I was like, man, my work was pretty intense. There was some long hours, and the projects were pretty demanding, and so I was thinking, man, I'd really like to do something something that I'm a little bit more interested in, and also doesn't have this kind of a lifestyle. And so then I found a course on Duke University. They had a programming course I did, and then again I didn't really do much with it for a couple more years. And then the career change was really just happenstance. So I got an interview at the company that I work for now as a support person, and that's how I started. And then in the software that the company I work for makes, we use JavaScript as a formula engine, and that turned me on to JavaScript, obviously. And then my oldest son started elementary school in 2021, and that's when I really went real deep down the rabbit hole. Started doing free code camp, started doing the Odin project, started doing courses on Pluralsight. So like it really wasn't like I made this definitive choice to like change careers. It was more like I changed jobs, and then I decided I wanted to acquire a skill set, and so that's what I did. And I would say it probably took me a year, maybe, to like feel really confident, and then every year after, I just got more and more confident in my abilities, right? Because every day I spend a little bit of time doing this stuff. Flores, I already configured DApp for Rust in Java. Yeah, that's right. Vishal, is there a day in the U.S.? Vishal, I don't know what that means. If you mean, is it daytime here? It is. It's 12:11 p.m. Moshina is talking about what you can say. Okay. Flores is saying, I want to learn Rust. Me too, Flores. I would like to learn Rust. I actually started trying to work through the Rust programming language book at the beginning of this year, and then I kind of just fell off. So I need to get back to it. I have a repo on my GitHub where I'm kind of where I'm working through the exercises in each chapter of the book. So that's been fun. Ashu, hey Ashu, nice to see you again. How are you doing? Thanks for stopping into the chat. Agenda, Fortnite Battle Pass. I do not have the Battle Pass. Both my kids do, but I do not. Let's see. So what's your take on politics over there, Yashir? I'll come back to that, Yashir. We can come back to that. You seem like waiting something. What are you looking at? I don't know what you're talking about. Mohinsa, I think, is sticking up for people in the chat. That's okay. It's not gonna upset me. Let's see. Yashir. Okay, Yashir and Mohinsa and Yalian are discussing what can and can't be said, I guess. What was the thing? Oh, what do I think about? Somebody asked about the politics. Who was it? It was Yashir. Yashir asked, what are my take on the politics over here? So the political climate in the U.S. is pretty toxic, in my opinion. I think there's far too much identity politics. I think people have far too much of their identity wrapped up in whether they are a Democrat or they are a Republican, and there's not enough focus on actual policy issues. I think the current political elite in our country, that being our senators, our representatives, I think they're a little too old. I don't think they accurately understand or represent the concerns, worries of the average individual. I just don't. And that isn't any shade on them. It's just a nature of the beast. If you're an 80-year-old, it's really hard for you to empathize with me, who is a 31-year-old male with a family and two little kids. It's hard for you to empathize and understand what I'm most concerned about and the things that impact my family the most. Um, and so I would love to see the U.S. political establishment turnover a little bit. I'd like to see some younger people in office. And I don't mean like they need to be like 25 years old. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But I do think, I'd like to see some 40-year-olds. I'd like to see some maybe 30-year-olds, right? I'd like to see some of these people who actually look like me and have concerns similar to me, and can speak to policy issues that impact people like me. Let's see. Sanjay, hey Sanjay, thanks for coming back, man. I appreciate it. Tanks a lot says you look hilarious. Well, I appreciate I could make you laugh, Tanks. So you have a wonderful day. You enjoy your laughter. What are you looking at? Damn. I don't know what you're talking about. What are you looking at? Disoriented. Thank you, Steven. It's really inspiring. Yeah, man. I hope that's like, obviously I'm an N=1 type of case study, and people have obviously made career changes and stuff in lots of different ways. So, but that's my journey. That's been my story to coming to this programming coding world. And I learn every day. I'm extremely humble. I wouldn't fashion myself a teacher, right? But I'm just kind of out here sharing what I know and what I'm learning and things I figure out. So, Flores says, Steven, do you use Linux? If yes, what distro you like the most? So I don't use Linux as daily driver. I do use Linux on servers, and I primarily just use Ubuntu because that's what I started to learn, and that's what I've stuck with. Um, Although I would love to have a daily driver Linux laptop, I just haven't undertaken that saga yet, because it will be a saga. And I'll still probably need, even if I have a Linux daily driver, I'll probably still need a Windows machine to do content creation like this. So we'll see. Thanks a lot. You spell Steven with an A. I don't trust you. Thanks a lot. I could not tell you how little give a shit I have about whether you trust me or not. So, I mean, I just don't. It doesn't even register. Like, if there was a scale, it's not. There's just, I don't even detect it. I don't. I could care less, man. Let's see. What you looking at? What's your body count? What you looking at? Get out of here, man. Tanks a lot. He's at 1. What you looking at? How do you know? I can see him. Just look. Man, you guys are kind of assholes today. I swear to God. Thanks a lot. Why is the camera so close? That's the cam. It's like a webcam. It's what I use to get on Zoom calls and team meets. Nice, you're edgy too. Yeah. Yeah. What you looking at? Probably his forehead gravity. People always comment on the forehead. Yeah. I'm glad you guys can appreciate it. Yeah. Hopefully Tanks a lot got lost. Let's see, Sanjay. That error was fixed, right? Sanjay, are you talking about last night? The error I had with my GitHub workflow thing? Because I did fix that. Yeah, I fixed that last night. And I got a new version published too. So that's out there. I mean, this is like as wide as the camera goes. I mean, I can make it closer. What you looking at, says JK. Nice. I think I got Tanks a lot to get the hell out of here. Sanjay, yeah, nice. Yeah, I fixed it. Yeah, it was. I think it was because of my personal access token. So sometimes, like when you do things in GitHub Actions, you have to create a token in GitHub that basically gives the Actions runner the permissions to do things, and I think it was expired. what you looking at. Gotta go, man. Keep going. Yeah, man. See ya. Thanks for stopping into the chat again. Appreciate it. Even though you made fun of my forehead. Sari Priya. Hey, bro. Have a nice day. That's nice of you, Sari. Thanks for coming back and stopping in the chat, saying hi. Appreciate it. Have a nice day. Yep. Yashir, bro, your forehead is a sniper's dream. People love to hit on that forehead, man. Let's see. That guy, just by his username, I want to block him. So see you later, buddy. Sanjay. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't mean a lot, probably, Sanjay, if you don't use GitHub Actions, but that's what the error was about. That's what it was about. Yashir, sorry, it was just a joke. Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, it does, like, I can't tell you guys that, like, I will not let what people say, what anonymous people say on YouTube impact me or my emotional state. I am a very blessed individual who has a wonderful life, and to ever let myself get tilted because of something somebody says in my chat is just, it would be, life is too big for that. So, Sanjay, why are people always talking about your forehead? I don't know, man. It's a YouTube thing. I think people just run out of content, run out of lines. They like their notepad of like crazy things to say in YouTube streams gets empty, and so like, let me just attack his appearance. Sari Priya, what's the quote of the day, buddy? What's the quote? I can get you a good quote. Yashir, what do you do, bro? I work for a software company. I'm a quality engineer, so I do manual and automated testing. And right now I'm working on some new automated tests. Like here, like Mr. Fox, right? He's like, oh man, the shit in my notes is empty. I don't have any funny things to say, so he's like, I'll just comment on the size of his mouth. Nice, Mr. Fox. Way to go. Oh, quote of the day. I've got one for you, Sanjay. Or, no, Sri, you were the one that asked. I actually have a whole list. I have a document called Daily Documents that has a bunch of quotes that I love. Here, I'll pull one out. We'll just throw one out here. Okay, here we go. This one is from Victor Hugo, right? So Victor Hugo's the guy that wrote Les Mis, I think. Victor Hugo, I'm pretty sure. He was a Frenchman, I think. Les Mis? Yeah, Les Mis, yeah. So Victor Hugo said, short as life is, we make it still shorter by the careless waste of time. Think of that one. Think on that one for a little bit. Let's see. Crusher says, gotta crush the party. Howdy. What's up, Crusher? Thanks for hanging out. Fabian, why they call you Big Head? I don't know, Fabian. I've never had people call me Big Head before, but Mr. Fox said, I just did it because you were talking about it, honestly. Okay, fair enough, Mr. Fox. And yeah, I mean, you're welcome to have at it, man. It's, like I said, a random anonymous YouTuber. I mean, I like hanging out with you guys. I like chatting. You know, if there's people in here that really want to have a conversation, that's awesome. But those of you who are just looking to get a reaction out of somebody, I could care less. So Mr. Fox, you're welcome to hang out and chill if you want. But if you're looking to fuck with somebody, I am not that guy. Or actually, I should probably say, you are not that guy, and I'm not the one. How about that? Yashir, you say, cause here in India, everyone wants that. Yashir, bro, is there a hype about getting a degree from MIT? I mean, having a degree from MIT is a thing. Like, it is a flex in the United States, you know? Um, same thing as like having a degree from Harvard or Columbia, any of those big, large academic institutions. There's kind of a, what do you call it? Prestige, right? A brand. It's a brand, is what it is. It's like if you have a Louis Vuitton bag or if you wear Air Jordans, right? It's a branding thing. Um, I mean, it probably does open some doors that aren't open to you unless you have it, right? Like you want to go work at uh, Boston Consulting Group or McKinsey or something like that. You probably need a degree like that. But I think it's becoming less and less of a thing. Uh, let's see. What's your job? Hi, I am a software quality engineer. So I do automated and manual testing. Crusher, let me guess, you're an officer. No, Crusher, I'm not an officer. Although that has been asked several times. Yashir, didn't you try to get admissions there? No, not to MIT. No, I couldn't afford it, nor would I want to go that far from where I'm from, I think, to go to school. Yeah, MIT is pretty expensive. I mean, my kids, I'm already telling my kids, like, hey, if you want to go to college, that's great and everything, but you need to pay for it yourself, right? You don't take anybody's money to pay for it. But let's see, what's an MIT tuition? MIT tuition, this is for the calendar year of 2023 to 2024, was $60,000. That's for 1 year of school. 60 grand. That's insane. It's insane. I mean, if you have a family or you come from a family that can afford that and can pay that, great. Go and have a good time. But that's fucking insane to go there to get an education and spend that kind of money. Let's see. With IITs. Oh yeah, Yashir, I've heard about IITs. They're like really competitive sort of universities, right? For technical training type of thing. Yashir, what about scholarships? You could definitely get scholarships. Like, I mean, yeah, if you can get scholarships, go for it. But scholarships that are going to total 60 grand, like let's say you go there for your undergrad, that's 4 years. Scholarships to cover $240,000? That's crazy. Let's see. Not really. I've seen students from these prestigious schools, and they're dumber than my mother, who is deemed illiterate. Okay. Somehow, I feel like that's hyperbole. Because if you go to... I mean, let's just start from, like, ground reality. If you have the grit, determination, and wherewithal to get into one of those schools, and then you proceed to have the perseverance and determination to finish and get a degree, like, you are somewhat intelligent, you are somewhat capable, right? I get what you're trying to say, though. Maybe they don't have common sense, or maybe they aren't as street smart, as somebody, but like, I have no doubt that MIT pumps out very smart people, like a lot of universities do. I just don't think it's probably worth 60 grand, in my opinion. And do I think that you can have somebody come from MIT that's equally as smart as somebody who comes from a local community college? Yes, right? Look at Mark Zuckerberg, right? Look at Steve Jobs. Look at all these. I mean, look at Albert Einstein. I mean, Albert Einstein, he had all kinds of issues getting into a university, right? And staying in a university, right? Like, it's just formal education is not a proxy to intelligence. As some think it is. It's much more, these schools, this is much more a brand thing. This is, again, it goes back to, this is akin to buying Air Jordans versus Champion. This is akin to buying Louis Vuitton versus a Louis Vuitton backpack versus a I don't know, some generic backpack you find at Target. Like, right? Like that's what it's about. Yeah, I get what you're trying to communicate, man, but like, yes, there are people though that aren't at these prestigious schools that don't know fundamental things, right? So it's like humanity is a spectrum, and anywhere you go, you find that spectrum in terms of like intelligence capabilities. Let's see. Crusher, isn't Africa a continent? Yeah, for sure. Crusher, I have to go. Glad to meet you, Steven. Yeah, thanks for stopping in, Crusher. Have a nice day. Yashir, here in IIT's fee is about 20 grand, but after scholarships at the end, we have to give around 6 to 7 grand. Yeah, see, that's much cheaper than some of these big schools in the States. It is. I'm saying these students don't know. I've seen them have career jobs that make less than 40 grand when you spit and have a debt attending prestigious. And yes, and I completely agree with you. That's why for my own kiddos, like I'm already preparing them. Like, hey, I'm not going to take loans for your school, and you're not either, and you should not. And I will do everything in my power. Obviously, they'll be adults, so if they want to, they'll be able to. But I will do everything in my power to dissuade them from leveraging themselves for an education. I did it, and it was a terrible, terrible, terrible idea. If I could go back now, if I could go back and do it all differently, I would have got out of high school. I would have gotten a job full time. I would have worked and earned and saved, and then went to school, and not taken loans. And I even had scholarships, and I even went to a small school, and I still had to take out loans. So I just don't think, and I also think that the doors that a college degree once opened and could only be opened with a college degree are becoming less and less. So I think, especially as people of my generation move into positions of decision making and leadership, I think that, that requirement on a lot of job applications of must have a BS in XYZ field is going to become less and less, in my opinion. The guy that just came into my chat, that username, can you tell me who that is? Do you actually know who that is? Because if you do know who that is and you actually put that as your username, we're not compatible, bro. Sanjay, I'm kind of sleepy, so yeah, it's probably late, man. Yeah, get some sleep. See you, Sanjay. Thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate it. And thanks for sharing your art with us the other night. That was really nice of you. Pictures were great. If you draw any more, send them over, man. We'll showcase them. And if I draw any, I'll show them to you too. Yeah. This guy in my chat, his name is Heinrich Himmler, just a terrible, utterly terrible human being. And this guy chose that guy's name as his username, and I'll guarantee he doesn't know who that is. And if he does know who that is, yeah, we're not meant to be friends, bro. So either ditch the stream, change the username, or I'm just gonna block you, man. Nice, Sanjay. Yeah, I would love to see it when you're done, man. Whenever you finish it, I'd love to see it. I mean, don't feel any pressure to finish it so I can see it, but yeah, if you know. Sanjay, who's that? It's this guy in the YouTube chat. I don't know why he feels like he should have a username that's named after a Nazi, but super lame. Non-name, sup nerd. Well, okay, so it depends, non-name. Are you a fellow nerd, or do you just like to call people nerds because you find it insulting? Because I don't find it insulting. I happily and gladly claim the nerd label. Okay, this guy's getting blocked. See you, buddy. If you change your username, let me know, but you're out of here. Non-name. You gotta run then? I don't know what you're talking about, non-name. I do not have to run. I am making progress and I've got about 20 more minutes in my office hour, so I do not have to run. Today was my kid's first day back at school in like almost 5 or 6 days, so I'm sure it's going very well for their teachers. I mean, my kids are well behaved, but I'm sure the other kids are not happy to be back. It's just hard when you get kids out of a routine. It's hard to get them back into it. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see. Sorry, I missed. There's a bunch of people in the chat, and I just missed it. Let me see. Non-name got to run. I blocked him. Blocked that guy. Sanjay at him. Oh, okay. I don't know what they're talking about. Yashir, being nerdy is a blessing. Yashir, I feel you. Being nerdy is a blessing. I think everyone is honestly a little bit of a nerd about something, right? And I just think being a nerd means, hey, I really am really passionate about something, and I know a lot about it, and I want to learn about it. So yeah. Yashira, can't study for long hours. Oh yeah, I don't actually have that problem. I can study for quite a bit, for pretty long. I mean, I you kind of have to learn how to do that, right? If you go to university. Non-name. Why is your name Steven? Trying to be different or what? No, not trying to be different. I mean, obviously, like I didn't, I didn't pick my name. I mean, non-name? Did you pick your name? No, I did not pick my name. My parents gave me my name, and they picked the spelling. And the spelling is because my mother's name is Eva, E-V-A, and so they put that in the middle of my name. They thought that would be fun. It's like a keepsake, I guess. Putin is gone out of here. I do not want to refer to people by these terrible, terrible people's usernames. M says, my uncle always says being a nerd pays for dinner. This is very true. Most of the most wealthy people in the world are nerds, aren't they? Sanjay, see you later. Yashir, are you married, bro? I am married. I'm happily married for the last 10 years. I've been with my wife since I was 15, and I'm 31 now. So I've been with my wife longer than I've been without her. I also have kids. I have 2 boys. Non-name, probably your uncle's a nerd too. Actually, I don't know. Yeah, I have some uncles that I would consider nerds. Putin is blocked, so he shouldn't be coming back. I'm just gonna ignore him. M says no, he is not. I don't know what you're talking about, M. Yashir, I want to be a nerd for real, for real. Yeah, man. Nerd out on whatever thing you're passionate about. Professor Oak says, oh no, we are being invaded. Professor Oak, Pokemon. Actually, Professor Oak told me he doesn't know what Pokemon means, actually. It was surprising seeing a president there. I don't know what you're talking about. Non-name, a Pokemon? Yeah, what's this Pokemon? Yeah, see, Professor Oak doesn't know what Pokemon is, so that's what he claims, but I don't know if I believe that. Ender Gill USA, how are you, men? We are good. Who are you? Yashir, you got married at 15. Yashir in state. No, not married. We started dating. We've been together like as a couple since I was 15. We met in high school. We got married in 2015. So 10 years. We've been married for 10 years, but we've been together for much longer than that. I mean, I think there are people who get married that young in the States. I think there are some laws that are against it, but I think some states allow it. That's in my opinion, that's far too young, but that's not my story. Everyone has their own story. Let's see. Non-name 21. I don't know what you mean non-name. She was his teacher in high school. No, Professor Oak, she was not my teacher in high school. And Professor Oak, don't come in here and talk shit on my wife. That will be probably the quickest way to get a ban. Um, let's see. I went to TikTok and saw the French president on TikTok live. Okay, that's crazy. Let's say Red Akuma. Hey, brother, man, do you have a way to see which Pokemon cards are available? And they're gonna know before they even come out. I don't know what you're talking about, Red Akuma. Evan. Hey, Evan, what's up, man? How's the ice cream job? You should get your girlfriend whatever she wants, man. Ask her, talk to her, see what she's interested in, what she likes, and what you enjoy. And Endergill USA, like and subscribe, done. Hey, I appreciate that, Endergill. Thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing. I tell everybody who comes into my live stream and says they subscribed, I always say, hey, if my content turns out not to be for you, you don't like coding, you don't like programming, no worries. You can always just come hang out in the lives. Evan, giving her my number. Just kidding, bro. Not cool, Yashir. Not cool. You're a faithful man. Respect. Yeah, I mean, bro, like, if you're not faithful to your wife, why are you married, right? If you don't like your spouse, like my wife is like my best friend, right? Like, it's me and her backs against one another, versus everybody else, versus the world, right? If you don't have that type of partnership, what are you doing? Professor Oak, I meant no offense. I apologize. Will put myself in timeout with. Yeah, those guys I just outright blocked, Professor Oak. But yeah. Non-name, sup, bald man. I don't know who you're talking to. Am I really that bald? I don't feel like I look bald. Yashir, what does menace mean? It means like it means someone who's like causing trouble. Evan, I'm trying to do a surprise party. I'm doing pretty good in my job. Evan, you just have to have a little trade craft about it, right? You just like, hey, honey, what are you interested in? Or what TV shows are you watching? What books are you reading, right? Like, just kind of like you're trying to find out like what her current obsession or thing is, right? But without explicitly letting her know that your intention is to purchase it. Yashir, I'm 18-year-old student and I was kidding. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess you just got to be careful what you say, Some people might take it the wrong way, Yashir. Sadly, people are not that intelligent and wise to know if you're not going to be faithful, don't marry. Yeah, I would totally appreciate it. Not appreciate it. I totally agree with you. And it makes no sense to me that there are adults that run around and make messes of their life and others like that. Non-name. Poppy is the bald. I don't know what you're talking about, non-name. Oh, Poppy P. Oh, that guy? I didn't even see his comment. Okay, that's who you're talking to. I'm not going to say that name, so you're gone. Blocked him. Let's see. My experience. It's let's see. M says, for a woman, pay attention to the smallest stuff. I don't care for... I don't care for the beginning of that message for a woman. I just think for any human being, if you want to get them something that they're going to enjoy, right? You should try to pay attention to their interests and what they like. But there's also, in my opinion, nothing wrong with explicitly asking somebody, right? You don't have to like suss it out. There's nothing wrong with just being curious and getting to know somebody through asking questions. I'm not actually bald, just a bad crop. Nice. I can't see the usernames and I can't see the user profile pictures in Restream, so I can't even see your profile picture. No, I'm not talking about you, Poppy. I was talking about the other guy. The guy that has a username of P Diddy. I don't want to refer to somebody as P Diddy for a whole stream. P Diddy, no, I don't think that, but I do own this stream. So this stream is my space, and so if I don't enjoy you being in my chat, I can very easily remove you and block you. So that's what I've done. Professor Oak, can I come out of timeout now? Yeah, man. I mean, yeah. I never actually put you in a timeout, but I'm glad you had a good time in the corner, bro. M seemed experienced grandpa. I don't know. I don't know how old he is. Jeffander 55. Do you have a car? If you do, what one? I just have a minivan. Our family just owns one car, and it's family friendly. Friendly. Rodolfo's here again, trying to tell me what to do. Get out of here, Rodolfo. I'm not going to listen. Swifty Preppy, are you a thief? No, I'm not, Swifty Preppy. I don't know why you would ask that, but I'm not. Yeah. Okay, I've caught up to all the chat there. You guys were... Sometimes the messages seem to come in batches. There's like a flood of them into Restream. Let's see. Yeah, yay freedom. Minivan is OG. My wife won't let me get one though. Yeah. I mean, some people. I mean, I don't think my wife would have said she would want to drive a minivan before we had kids, but once we had kids and we got one, just because of circumstance, we actually had when we first had kids, we just had like a Toyota Corolla. But then we got in a car accident and we had to get a new car, and just circumstances, it turned out we ended up getting a van, and we both love it. I mean, now we're like, yeah, I mean, we love the room. We love the space. It's perfect. Let's see. Swifty Preppy. Oh, I don't know what he's referring to. You seem so harsh sometimes though. Rodolfo, get out of here. Wait, Rodolfo, you literally come into my chat and you tell me what to do, and then you call me harsh. Like, talk about gaslighting. Let's see. I avoid my responsibilities by doing drugs. Okay. Thanks for confessing. Yashir says, are you a Democrat or are you a Republican? I am registered as neither. I am not registered or as an affiliated party member. And I've voted for both Democrats and Republicans. Mohammed Salah, you look silly. Your topics are silly. Well... Nothing useful. Well, Mohammed, I'm glad that as you were scrolling your YouTube feed, you felt the need to stop, click into my live, and then inform me of those comments. So that seems like an exceptionally well put together and executed plan. Good use of time. Yeah. And Mohammed Salah, please don't be rude. Yeah. Like, honestly... M said it much nicer. I would just say, fuck off, Muhammad. that's how I'd put it, man. If we were in real life and I was hanging out talking to some people and you walked up and said, you're silly, you look silly, you are silly, nothing useful, I'd be like, fuck off, bro. I don't even know who the fuck you are. Get out of here. Muhammad Salah. Ha, just kidding, bro. You guys are these Muhammad. I can't tell you how many times someone like you has come into my chat, said those things, and then I call you on it, and you're like, I was just kidding, bro. It's a super lame way of engagement. Just like, Muhammad, just come in the chat, be chill. Like, act like we were, engage with us like you would engage with people in real life, man. You don't have to put on for YouTube. Haroon, I am back. Haroon, it's been a while. I hope you're doing well, Haroon. I'm proudly avoidant. Nice. Yashir, what state are you in? I'm in Kansas. Rodolfo Erdogan, you seem angry, but I'm here nonetheless. No, I'm not angry. I'm just like, this is me. This is like if we were hanging out in person and somebody walked up, if there was a group of us sitting around chatting, maybe we're at desks working at a coffee shop and somebody walked up and just inserted themselves and said stuff like that, that's what I would say. I am unapologetically me, whether it be in person or on the internet. Muhammad, man, I know you. Professor Oak, it's a prank, bro. Power tripping, man, they get off on it. How was the kindergarten today, kid? Well, how's this guy back? I just blocked him, but he's back. Muhammad, sorry, you are wonderful. I mean, Muhammad, I'm like, again, guys, like, I don't mean to throw any shade at you. It's just, hey, if you're gonna give me your energy, I'm gonna give you my energy. Like, so I just Evan, I feel like everyone on the chat needs to chill. Yeah, I'll chill. I just feel like we should, there's nothing wrong with taking up space. There's nothing wrong with that. Poppy, he's perhaps slightly irritated by you. Well, I'm not gonna say that word because that's kind of offensive, but no, I'm not irritated at all. Again, like, I will definitely I will definitely emote, but just to let you guys know, there's nothing any of you guys could say that would actually disrupt the fact that I am healthy, my family is healthy, like, life is good, right? So nothing here on the YouTube chats is gonna tilt me. Professor Oak says, teach me how to code in AI to eliminate all trolls. I will call it Cybernet. That actually would be a kind of a cool yeah, like, how could you do that? I don't know if you could need an AI. Like, could you actually, like, pump your... So you take your YouTube chat and somehow share the YouTube chat with an LLM and then give the LLM some instructions to analyze the commenters, the messages being left by your chatters, and say, based on some sort of criteria, right, analyze these messages, and if somebody appears to be a troll, block them or something. That would be kind of interesting project we could work on. Seems kind of complicated, though. I don't know how to work with YouTube's API. I'd have to learn that. Let's see. M says, I'm always scared to hurt and put negative stuff online because I'm religious. Sometimes I don't get how people can do it without repercussions, or thinking that's why social media for me is a no. Yeah, M, I share your opinion about, like, I don't really understand how people engage that way online. But some people seem to enjoy their time that way, and they can live their life, but I'll just tell them don't do it here. Rodolfo, my eyes are brown. Evan, I gotta go. See you later. I need to go to school to get the education. Nice, Evan. Get it, man. Good luck. Have a good day at class. Bros speak smack and are surprised when they are spoken back to. Jeff Ander 55. You're right. You're 100% right. There's a lot of that here on YouTube. Poppy, Yashir, I'm silly, man. Yashir, bye, Evan. Bye, Evan. Even Evan, have a non-name. Why did you say that? You told Evan to have a bad day? Bro, that is not cool. Yeah, we don't want that energy here, non-name. Yep, I'm enjoying my life that way. Well, guess what, non-name? I'm enjoying my life this way. Click block user on YouTube. That's how I enjoy my life. Poppy, people are weak and lonely for several reasons, not to excuse. Okay, this guy can just block right away. Don't even need to worry about him. Yeah, I mean, yes, I would. Poppy, I think there's a lot of things going on in a lot of people's life that we don't know about. But it doesn't mean that we have to tolerate the bad behavior. I think Yashir and Poppy, I think you guys might have misunderstood each other. I think Yashir was saying maybe that you are silly, not that you're weak and lonely. Or at least that's the way I read it. Yashir, you should, yeah, and I would also, Poppy, I would also agree with Yashir's advice there. You probably should avoid that stuff. Rodolfo, would you say you're more intelligent than most and you feel impatient with this? No, not at all. I don't think I'm more intelligent than most at all. Actually, I think what the way I see myself is I'm a learner. That's what I do. So I can learn, given a long enough timeline, I can learn anything and do anything. And that is not at all rooted in a belief in my own intelligence. It's just rooted in my work ethic, perseverance, grit, those type of things. Those are the things I think about myself, that not that I'm so intelligent, but that I will outwork you. Like I will outwork you. If you get on a treadmill, I'm like in that Will Smith quote. Like, if you get on a treadmill and I get on the treadmill, there's only two things that are gonna happen. You will get off the treadmill first before me, or I will die on the treadmill. Like, I will not be outworked. Carnia Plut. Yashir, I didn't mean to hurt you. Yes, that's what I also think. Would you say you're more? Sorry guys, I'm not keeping up with all the different combos. Carnia Pluvial. Hi, do you have time to talk about our Lord and Savior? Sure, Carnia, if you want to talk about that. I'm not sure what you want to talk about, but Rodolfo, you're something of an authority figure, it seems. I don't know what that means. Poppy says, I will out-talent you, though. It's possible. It's possible. You could definitely be out-talented. I mean, no matter probably how hard I could try to outwork Michael Jordan, I probably would not ever be as good at basketball as Michael Jordan. So there is definitely a scenario where you can get out-talented. Yeah, I'm not interested really in having a conversation about whether you should do drugs and alcohol. My kind of opinion is, yeah, don't probably best not to avoid those things, but yeah, let's move the conversation, I guess, on from that. Actually, we just hit our hour. Actually, we just hit our hour 2 minutes ago, so I'll stick around for another 3 minutes or so, but then I'm gonna probably wrap up for the afternoon. You guys distracted me a little bit. I've only written 2 of these 3 automated tests that I was planning to write in this hour, so you guys have been distracting me a little bit. But thank you for hanging out in the chat. I appreciate it. It's been pretty good conversation today. Except we've had a few trolls, but definitely not as many as usual. Phyllis, you're so beautiful. Also want to not talk about it. Yeah. I mean, it's like, I don't know. It just doesn't seem very interesting to me. That particular conversation. Yeah, I mean, Poppy. Yeah, that's and then I guess what I would say back to you is, do drugs. People that do drugs. I mean, it's your life, man, but yeah, I mean, I don't think we need to continue talking about it. I think you can move the conversation on. And what Im said. Yeah, Im said, it's your life, you can do whatever, it's your choice. Although Im, like, in my opinion, my personal opinion is, like, just don't offer advice unless it's unsolicited. Professor Oak says, it wouldn't be a YouTube stream without a few Hitlers, Himmlers, P. Diddy's, and Putins. Actually, that is kind of funny how true that is, which is also at the same time funny but sad. Smoke like a hippie, up close and personal stream. Yeah, I'm literally just sitting at my desk with my webcam on, working and talking to you guys. But I'm getting ready to wrap up. I'm going to end the stream probably in about a minute or so. So for those of you that have been hanging out, I appreciate it. Rodolfo says, you seem to relate to people in a certain way. In school I attended, teachers and principals were disciplinarian. Oddly, this made a very safe environment. Rodolfo, so your first sentence there, yes, I probably do relate to people in a certain way, just like everybody else, right? Also, I think the whole teachers and principals, the disciplinarian, and how that translates to a safe environment. I think that's part of being a good adult for children, right? Is not necessarily being a disciplinarian, but definitely providing strong and stable leadership, right? Kids kind of crave structure, right, and safety. So yeah. Smoke like a hippie. I just found your channel. What do you usually stream? I might sub. I usually just so there's really like three types of stream. There's like three types of streams that I've been doing. I stream like this where we just kind of hang out and chat while I work. I stream while I work out. So I'll go down in the garage gym and I'll work out and I'll put the stream on and we'll just chat. Or I do programming and coding content. So if you're into programming and coding, if you like lifting weights, if you like working out, um, yeah, then you'd probably like my channel. So, Papa, I enjoyed you. Nice. Yeah. So yeah. So smoke like a hippie. I'm sorry. I'm wrapping up right as you got here, but yeah. Sub if you want to. No expectation. You don't have to. But if you see me live, come hang out again. All right, guys, I'm out of here for the afternoon. I'll probably be back on later. I'm definitely going to work out. I'm definitely going to work on programming. I don't know if I'll stream when I'm definitely going to stream again. It's either going to be this afternoon when I work out or I'll be later this evening when I work on some side projects. But if you see me live again, please stop in, hang out and chill. I appreciate you guys that actually aren't here to troll. I guess. If you are here to troll, there's very little appreciation for you. Tasia, hey, what's up, Tasia? Thanks for stopping in again. I know you just got here, but I'm actually just wrapping up, so I apologize for that. But I hope Arkansas is doing well, right? You're in Arkansas, so I hope you're doing well there. I hope your Friday's off to a good start, and you're gonna have a great weekend. And I'll talk to you guys later. See y'all.